Wednesday continues trying to figure out Nevermore. And who is that monster? Hello, entertainment enthusiasts. This is Ray, and this is the Fandom Realm. And today I'm recapping and reviewing season number 1, episode 3 of Wednesday. As always, this is a spoiler review, so just be warned. As the bag is lifted from her head, Wednesday finds herself surrounded by hooded figures. It doesn't take her long to realize that Bianca is their masked leader, and the teens all begrudgingly reveal their true identities. Nothing fools Wednesday, and while they chat, she's already untied her binds. It turns out that the students have revived the infamous Nightshades Society, which was disbanded 30 years ago when a normie kid was killed. The cult is a lot more harmless these days, made for social events and the odd skinny dip. Xavier invites Wednesday to join their elite club, but she refuses. Wednesday continues to investigate the many mysteries of Nevermore. Rowan rising from the dead, the prowling monster in the woods, and the foreshadowing drawing in the Nightshade book. But school just keeps getting in the way. In this installment is Outreach Day, where the Nevermore students volunteer in the local community. Wednesday has been assigned to a creepy antique shop, while most are set to work at Pilgrim World. Principal Weems has also signed Wednesday up for a performance with the local marching band at a ceremony later that day, stating how impressed she was with Wednesday's cello playing. The principal seems to have eyes everywhere. The students are dropped off in Jericho, ready to attend their jobs for the day. This gives Wednesday time to catch up with Xavier. They discuss Rowan's odd disappearance. Xavier is still pretty sure that his old roommate is still very much alive and scoffs at Wednesday's conspiracy theories. She shows him the drawing and he points out that the other figure in the picture is Joseph Crackstone, the founding father of Jericho. Wednesday decides to swap jobs and attend Pilgrim World for more sleuthing. She trades with Enid, who is desperate to hook up with Ajax, the stoner. This historic amusement park is just one big cash cow, with the students sent to work at Ye Old Fudgery. Wednesday scares off the customers with her usual antics, and then sneaks out to inspect the old meeting house for further clues. In the cordoned-off building, she finds a painting that features that blonde Wednesday look-alike and a book called Codex Umbarum, but it's a replica. Her new boss, Mistress Arlene, finds her snooping and orders her to leave. They clearly have many secrets they want to remain hidden in this place. Wednesday ditches her duties and heads to the coffee shop. She asks Tyler for the location of the original meeting house, which is positioned in the woods. He warns her of the ruins and how they attract homeless people or meth heads. She declines his assistance and heads off in the rain with Thing. Her trusty sidekick strangles a squatter, and Wednesday inspects the grounds. There is nothing of any interest here, but she has another vision as they leave. This vision explains how the meeting house originally burned down. Joseph Crackstone burnt all the town outcasts alive in this building, including Goody Addams' family. Goody is the blonde Wednesday look-alike we have seen a couple times before now. Wednesday's ancestor was labeled a witch, but escaped the burning to later exact revenge. Returning to the land of the living, Wednesday glimpses the monster once more, but the creature soon disappears. In a surprise twist, she spots how the monster's footprints turn back into a human's. Xavier then appears, but her evidence is lost in the heavy rain. He now believes Wednesday's theory about Rowan having received some unusual text messages from his old roommate. They discuss Wednesday's psychic abilities, and he confesses that his father, Vincent Thorpe, is a famous psychic. He advises her to not fully trust in these visions. They are not rooted in logic, but are triggered more by emotions. Wednesday isn't deterred. She needs to stop the ensuing tragedies from occurring and is convinced that her visions hold the key. The rain's clear, and it's time for the unveiling ceremony for a new town monument. The mayor and the press are all in attendance for this significant event. Crackstone's bronze statue is revealed, and the band plays. Things are going a little too well, though, and Thing lights a match to stir up some more trouble. He had actually put gas in with the statue, so the statue is dramatically blown up and melts as the crowd disperses. Wednesday continues to play her cello, and Principal Weems gives her an evil glare as the chaos erupts around her. With sirens blaring in the distance, Wednesday is clearly the prime suspect. A furious Principal Weems scolds Wednesday for her obvious involvement in the explosion, although the student says her hands are clean. The principal calls Wednesday a trouble magnet and warns her that she's on thin ice, while they argue that homeless man is attacked. and killed by the monster. A montage whizzes through as we get to see some more important plot points. Enid organizes a date with Ajax, but he gets called up. If you were wondering what the stoners were talking about when they said they would get stoned, this is revealed when Ajax sees himself in the mirror. And since he is a Gorgon with Medusa-like qualities, he freezes himself in time by his own reflection. Marilyn sneaks into the secret lair, and Xavier is seen hiding something with large claw marks on his neck. Is he housing the monster, or is he actually the monster after all? We also get to see Tyler in the last scene submerged in his bathtub yelling out loud. Okay, everyone, I'm trying to keep this recap and review as short as I can today. And so with that, just a couple things I want to point out in this episode. Basically, the big thing here for me is we are getting some background to Wednesday, the Addams family, Goody Addams. We got to see Joseph Crackstone, and we got that flashback vision for Wednesday to sort of explain what the stakes are in this series. I think it's obvious that Joseph Crackstone is going to have a big impact at some point in this story. Also, Goody Addams. I think those are two pretty solid guesses that we can make about what is going to happen here. I do like all of the detective work as well. Of course, now Wednesday has figured out that the monster is most definitely a human because the monster tracks became human tracks. And so with that, we sort of narrow down who the person can be. I know most people out there at this point have a couple of suspects. Of course, Xavier has to be one of the big suspects, partially because he's just sort of creepy and around. But also at the end of the episode, he is seen coming out of his house area, whatever you want to call that, and he had scratch marks on his neck. And so with that, he's in a situation where that makes him suspicious. I know people are also suspicious of Tyler, and we didn't see a ton of Tyler in this episode. Most of what we did see was near the end of the episode when he was submerged in the tub and then yelled out. That in itself is a little suspicious. So we'll see what ends up happening with that. And of course, Wednesday had gone to talk to Tyler about the old meeting house and to find out where it was. While she was there, she had the vision, and when she came to, the monster was there. And so I think that could link up to Tyler as well. I'm not sure, sort of suspicion-wise, where it lies with everyone else. I do know that Mrs. Thornhill is on that list as well, so we're just going to have to see what is going to happen. Last little thing that I really liked, I love this fact that they just cause chaos wherever they go. When the students went to help in Pilgrim World, it was nothing smooth for any of them, and then when the statue was revealed, basically Thing and Wednesday showed what they thought of Joseph Crackstone by blowing his statue up and melting it. And I really thought that was a nice little touch there. And so I enjoyed that as well. And this episode was just a lot of fun in a lot of different ways. I really liked Enid wanting to go out on a date with Ajax, and it just didn't work out because for some reason he stoned himself while he was in the shower. And so he never made it to their date. I just feel sorry for her and for him too. I really like to see them together, and it just doesn't seem like a lot of good things can happen to Enid. And I actually lied because I do have one other thing to talk about, and that is I really like sort of the relationship that Wednesday has developed with Xavier. She doesn't really trust him, but she does talk to him. Xavier seems to be trusting her more, if that's what you want to call it, and they seem to be getting closer as well. So this goes back to what I was talking about a little bit earlier. You have Xavier, you have Tyler, they're both getting close to Wednesday, and so who knows how that's going to come out. Now with that, I want to go ahead and give this episode a quick grade. I'm going to give it a B. It's a nice solid episode. I don't think it quite got to A level for me, but I really enjoyed it, and and I'm looking forward to episode number 4. Now, before we get out of here, I do want to address something really quick. Last week, I dropped the episode 2 of Wednesday, and I don't know what exactly happened, but apparently it did not get picked up well in the YouTube algorithm. I don't think it still has over 40 views. So if you are listening this far into this review, please go back and take a look at the last episode. It is in the playlists, and I am going to link episode 3 in the description of this video. So take a look for that and go back and watch it if you would, please. There's no reason why these videos for Wednesday should not be getting 100 views. And just the numbers and statistics along with that video don't make a lot of sense. So something happened when I dropped it that it just didn't get picked up. And so I'd love to see that video get a few more views. Now, with that, please subscribe to the channel, like the video, and comment below, and I'll see you next time on the Fandom Realm.